I wanted to do some intros. There is a couple. There is a couple new members. We had a lot of us haven't been on the call in a while, so um, we'll do a quick intro. Just state your name. And I want to do a quick icebreaker. For the question for this meeting is: what is one piece of advice a coach or a mentor that has given you that has stuck with you? So I'll go first. I'm Ivan Adorno. I'm the superintendent of recreation. The piece of advice that a coach gave me that sticks with me: if you don't ask the question, the answer is no. That was one piece of advice that um, let me see who's last on the list. Miles, want to go next?
I can go. One thing that a coach has instilled in me, or a lesson that I take with me, is to just keep going. Just get up and keep going.
How about you, Lewis? How about you, Lewis? Next.
Um, Still thinking. Take no shortcuts.
Oh, nice. Elter.
How's it going? Elter Lehman, New Brunswick Fire Department. That's a good question. Hard work pays off.
Nice. We have Michael Tublin.
Hey guys, Michael Tublin here, City of New Brunswick employee, New Brunswick, live, play, and work here. I can remember, and this goes back to a couple of decades, my coach always said, go to the open space.
Mr. Daniels.
Norman Daniels, New Brunswick Fire Department. And one thing that I remember from a coach is you're only as strong as your weakest link.
Very nice. And Brian.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Brian Latham. I'm with the New Brunswick Fire Department. And one thing coach told me that, you just got to work harder than the next person if you want something. And that stuck with me.
You have Keith Jones as a guest. I don't know if you want to add anything, Keith.
Hey, Keith Jones, Director of the Department of Human and Community Services. I won't give my mentor quote, but I'll give my coach, and that's no mercy.
Like Cobra Kai style.
Yes, sir.
All right, appreciate that. We're gonna go right into some old business. Two things I have on old business. One is we're still working on the budget. All city departments are still, modifying as much as they can and seeing what they can make changes and save. I've been working closely with Ed DeVoe, my direct supervisor, to make sure that we have everything in place for the recreation budget this year. The idea this year is to really update the rec center as much as we can. Which goes into item 2 in old business with the capital improvements. Our custodian is going to be doing a assessment, and I don't know if everybody knows John Baker. John is the currently longest running tenured employee here at Recreation. He's been here for over 20 years at Recreation. He moved us from the old building over there on Morris Street, which is now Rockoff Hall, over to this building over 20 years ago. And so he's going to be going around doing a full assessment, top to bottom, on the needs and what the building itself could look, can use for a facelift. With that, hopefully we will get to the two main capital improvement projects that we have on hand. One is for the media room and one is for the game room. We want to liven it up, make it look more inviting. So we want to make sure that the rec center is as modernized as possible. The paint scheme is old, the furniture is old, so we want to make sure we update all that as much as possible. Even looking at the possibility of either refurbishing our pool tables or possibly even acquiring new pool tables. But those pool tables are heavy, so it's going to be an interesting project. But that is the what's currently on plan right now. For the rec center, to try to make sure that we advance it as much as possible, modernize it as much as possible. There's kids always here playing. Right now, we have some kids in the back. I can hear them playing the air hockey table, which is another project that we're trying to work on, making sure we modernize the air hockey tables and update the air hockey tables as well. But all good stuff. Down to some new business. The first thing is I sent everybody meeting dates. Hopefully you guys all received them. Please let me know if you have any conflicts beforehand. I'll send reminders as often as I can. Usually about a week before the meeting, I'll send you a reminder that we're having the meeting. And then during that week, I'll send the link and some agenda items for you guys to review. If you ever want anything to be added to the agenda, please let me know. And that way we can move forward with our agenda for that meeting. The second item on the new business is meeting location. And I wanted to gauge your opinion if you wanted to keep this a Zoom meeting, or do you want to actually have the meeting at the rec center? Does anyone have any opinion on it, either or?
I mean, I think Zoom works fine.
I like Zoom personally for myself. It's easier for me to make the meetings.
All right.
Yeah, Zoom is fine. I know everybody has busy schedules.
Yeah, that's kind of why we went this route. It's a little bit easier to make sure that we get as many people in the meeting as possible. All right, so we can keep it. If ever, maybe once or twice a year, we'll do it in location one. But for a time being, we'll keep it as a Zoom meeting. We are now in the process of looking for volunteers for our baseball season. We have a whole new volunteer procedure since the last time we've met. We have a brand new application process, vetting process, as well as requiring people to take the Rutgers Safety Clinic. And so the last core group of people was our basketball coaches, who all went through the Rutgers Safety Clinic if they didn't already have the Rutgers Safety certification. For anyone who works with coaching or anything like that, I really, really, really would recommend you get that Rutgers Safety certification. Throughout my career, I've done it a bunch of times. Coach Miles is actually now certified to train at Rutgers Safety. So we have somebody in-house that can help train. There is a fee involved with it. It's a $40 fee that we asked the volunteers to invest. But with having Coach Miles as a Rutgers safety certified instructor, we can have more frequent trainings if need be. So right now, if you're looking or if you're interested in volunteering for baseball, please come out to the center, fill out the forms if you have not done so already. If you know anyone who is interested in volunteering for baseball coaching, please send them our way so that we can make sure that we start the process. We have a couple, we have some time for our baseball season, but we want to make sure that we have everybody in and all our ducks in a row. Miles, do you have anything to add about the Rutgers Safety Cert?
Yes, I was just going to say is for the volunteers, even if you're not able to, if you know anybody, I think everybody here has my personal number. Feel free to give out my number and have them contact me so you can make sure they get all the information, the application in on time, and we get to do our due diligence as far as the Rutgers. I got certified for Rutgers as a backup. So you can sign up for the Rutgers safety course on your own through their website. I just figured that it'd be nice to have somebody on hand if we ever have a last minute and we need to get somebody certified to be able to coach.
Yeah, and it worked out well for our basketball season. So far, the coaches have been solid. They show up. They're good. I've been at every basketball game event so far this past winter, and the coaching is great. I've seen some kids that are like 7 years old with some very high basketball IQ already because of the coaching. The games are really competitive, so that no teams. Mind you, I say this: the littler kids, the smaller ones are hot shots. There are more blowout games with them, but our older kids, they're very, very close games. You're looking at games that are within 5 points of each other, Coach. And everybody's done a great job as supporting the kids that play. The referees that we have are very understanding. They understand this is it's a learning league. So they're as much as I see them, scratching and biting their tongues and holding that whistle, they're doing a good job to make sure they're instructing the kids a couple times before they actually hit them with a violation. With our little kids, the guy's super patient. It's really awesome to watch, and they've been doing a fantastic job. Everyone around the kids is making sure that they get as best instruction as possible, and the kids and families are having a good time, and they are. The games are very lively. The parents are great. The competition's been fun, but the kids are learning. Every week they're getting better. Every week that They're like, I was blown away, really blown away by some of our younger kids. What's that coach, Miles, that was with the Pacers? She's new to us.
That's Tiffany Smart.
Yeah, she's got some of these young kids really uh, doing amazing work, and they're so young to know basketball the way they do, how they're looking at for each other, how they're passing. This is great. It's been a lot of fun to watch. A couple weeks ago, I and several other city employees and community partners met with the Trust of Public Lands. They're doing a review, a reassessment of our park system. This is something that was done a little bit over 10 years ago. The good thing about it for me was I wasn't in recreation at that time when they did the assessment about 10 years ago or so. But it was good to see what came from that assessment that was put into practice. What came from that assessment that the city has worked on, including more park space, modernizing parks, things like the renovations of Recreation Park, Feaster Park, Joyce Kilmer Park, all came from that assessment. What's currently going to happen to what's that park? Baker Park is part of that assessment. But it was a great conversation. There's going to be more conversations that follow. I'm pretty sure they're going to reach out to members of this committee. So if they do, just give them your honest assessment. We did everything from analyzing park maintenance to how better to activate parks with recreation activities and things like that. So there's always ideas going to be flowing. There are going to be a lot of community meetings happening. I think right now there might be meetings happening about Murphy Park soon, if they haven't already happened. So there's always looking to activate our parks as much as possible, and we've added a couple extra parks since that last assessment. Liberty Street Park and the Welton Street Park are both new parks that weren't in the assessment last time. So you'll hear a lot more from the Trust of Public Land. I'll bring it up from time to time in this meeting to see if there's opportunity for people to reach out and speak their minds and give their opinion on our park system, and just give them information, because obviously a lot of the people that do these assessments aren't from the city, so they don't know. But we're working with Rutgers, we're working with the Trust of Public Land. There was personnel from the Parks Department, from the Administrator's Office, from Recreation. So it's a very robust group that gave a lot of opinion. Some community partners were there as well. So it was a pretty good meeting. So I look forward to the next one, which might be in a couple months. Right now, we do have a couple personnel vacancies. So if you know anyone interested, we have a couple permanent part-time positions available. So if you know anybody interested that's willing to work, especially on the evenings, have them reach out to us here at the office. We have, like I said, 2 positions available right now. We did offer a recreation leader full-time position. That we're waiting to make sure that gets finalized. That was offered to somebody in-house, Anna, who's worked with us for a few years. She interviewed well. She's been a solid performer for us for the past few years. She started recreation just before I started at recreation, but she's been one of our go-to people, and has been one of our evening staff people that has just done a solid job with our kids here, as far as and just maintaining the front office and the front desk. Our current sports programs, right now our basketball program is in the middle, still kind of early in the season. We're in the first kind of quarter of the season, actually the first half of the season still. We have about 170 kids, Miles. It's like 170.
Yes, I'm sorry, yes.
So we have about 170 kids in our basketball program this year. Baseball registration will be opening soon. We're working out some particulars for baseball. Again, there's going to be a lot of work done for our, getting our volunteers involved, getting the concession stand and the park ready. So all that work is going to be put in place as we are moving forward for baseball. And pay attention. Obviously, we're going to post everything on our social media. You'll see things go up at the rec center once baseball registration is open. So anybody have any questions about anything so far?
No questions.
Thank you.
No questions.
No question.
All right, thank you guys. REK, Reaching Every Kid. We had an event on January 14th, which went pretty well. It was less kids attended than normally, and I think that was very much due to the fact that we did not have soccer, which was a very telling for us as far as the organizers of REK. When we have soccer, I think every time we've had soccer, we've had at least 100 children, right? Miles?
Yes, yes.
Keith, you have something?
Yeah, keep cutting out. Minutes. Who's taking minutes?
I take them as I do it.
All right.
So REK is we at least when we have REK, we have 100 kids. When we have soccer involved, this time we decided not to do soccer. We did basketball, video games, board games, and we had step aerobics, which went really well. Once they got the music switched over to reggaeton, then the kids really wanted to participate with the step aerobics. But the next event is February 11th. We haven't decided what activities just yet, but that will be upcoming. We're always looking for volunteers for these REK events. They happen at the middle school. We really like for the students to interact with as many positive adult role models as they can. Just having some fun with them, engaging in conversation with them, just letting them know that they have supports around them. And it's been a lot of fun to see them. This was the first one I've been. The January 14th was the first one I've been to in almost probably since last school year. And the kids were very excited to do the new activities. So also, if you have any suggestions on activities that we can do, please send those forward. If there's something that you like to do or you want to try, or if there's something that or if there's a group like somebody introduced us to a group of gentlemen that want to teach the kids pickleball, which is perfect timing considering that we now have pickleball courts in New Brunswick. So a couple of the activities in the previous REKs were pickleball. So if you have any ideas that you would like to try out, please send them forward, or any suggestions that you think the kids would respond to well. We're always looking for something new to introduce the kids to. All right, a couple future events. We're looking at what possible World Cup events related activities we'll do. Last year we had a fun mini tournament at our futsal court, which is the little soccer court over there on Joyce Kilmer Park. We did a tournament for the World Club Cup. I think it was World Club Cup. Game.
Yes.
So we did it around that time frame. We also had a FIFA tournament in-house here at the rec center, so the kids can play video games. The kids love soccer in all forms here, whether it be a video game, whether it's futsal, whether it's full-on soccer. They absolutely love soccer. So we're going to try to tap into that again, maybe expand on our futsal tournament. My hope is to do utilize both futsal courts, the one at Harvey Street Park and the one at Joyce Kilmer Park, and then getting a winner from each of those areas to play for like a city cup. That would be the optimal idea for us. If anyone has any other World Cup related activities that you think would work with our rec center or within recreation, please reach out, suggest what you think. There's plenty of conversations still being had about possibly partnering with other city agencies to do watch parties of actual official games and things like that. But we have, as much as we say we have time, the World Cup will come up sooner than later. I know Rutgers is hosting a team; they just don't know which team yet. So there will be, teams in the area, and I know they were going to do something like a not a media day, but like a fan day where fans can go and watch some practices and things like that. So we'll be tuning into stuff like that to see if we can participate in some way with some of our kids, or if recreation can be a supportive somehow. We are also looking at renting the building again. So part of the renovations and trying to get everything modernized is so we can be able to go back to renting the actual space that the rec center used to do. So years prior to COVID, you could book a party here on a weekend. There was often baby showers. I think I did a couple. I did my son's first birthday here. So there is opportunity once we get everything, all the pieces together, to start renting the building again for activities. So we're making sure that we go through all the processes, even with our legal department, to make sure all the forms are correct and everything that we're requesting is correct, and seeing whatever ordinances we need to work out. But we want to make sure that this building is one of those public spaces that the public can actually use. Next on, and this wasn't on the agenda, but I wanted to add it on. We just added on this afternoon is we're gearing up for this June, the 5th annual skateboard give back. So this will be the 5th annual one. Last year was we did it right in front of the PAC and the State Theater, right on Livingston Avenue. It was an amazing site, and those of you who know the city know, like, that's the theater district. To have that juxtaposed with a skateboarding event was really awesome to see. We had Red Bull was out there early in the morning building ramps for the day. Was really impressive to watch them put those ramps together. Kids came out, got skate lessons, got their skateboard. The skateboard was awesome last year. So we're looking forward. Marie from the Recreation Office is working on helping put that together. Tubman, I know you're very much involved. You want to add anything to the skate program?
It's going to be a fun year. We're planning, since it's our first, it's going to be called Cirque du Skate. We're hopefully getting some stilt walkers and Trenton Circus group to come down and be part of it. We're going to have Marissa Paternoster from the Screaming Female. She's designing the deck this year, and she will also be performing. And we have another artist who will be performing. We just don't have her confirmed as of yet, or them confirmed as of yet. But it's going to be a great event. Another 100 kids getting skateboards, sneakers, helmets, and lessons. So it's a fun day for all.
Awesome. Yeah, it is a lively event. It really is one of the best events in the city. So I look forward to this one. This one should be really nice. One of the other ideas that kind of coincide with some of the that came out of that, like the Trust for Public Land meeting, and ideas that we have, that it's possible doing movies in the park, and doing something where we kind of rotate that through parks and seeing if it's possible to do this summer. It's something that I haven't seen in many years. The last time I saw it here was when Cartoon Network debuted their actual channel. And they did a big debut at Bugalo Park. Had a big inflatable screen. They showed all the first runs of all those Cartoon Network cartoons at that time, which were like Johnny Bravo, Ed, and Eddie. It was an awesome community event. So I'm looking to hopefully, if possible, do something similar in the future, if not this summer, but start working towards doing something like movies in the park. At this point, I'll just open it up to any committee member. Do you have any questions or comments for today?
Nah, everything sounds good to me.
What's up, Lou?
Got one question and one comment for the pavilion at Bugalo Park to rent it. Is that done through you as well?
Yep.
Okay.
You have to do, well, you do it through
events.
all the rentals now are done online. So you would have to do the whole process online, and then eventually it gets to us for the billing part of it. But make sure that you so there's two different things. Make sure, and this is one of the things that people often get confused with. The pavilion is the big one, the big shelter there. The gazebo is the small one. That's right by the basketball court. You know what I mean? So that's the gazebo. The pavilion is the really big area. I haven't been by the park yet. I know they're working on a lot of renovations on the park. So I haven't been to that section of the park yet. So hopefully that's been renovated or will be renovated. What was your comment? You said you had a question in the comment?
Yeah, I just wanted, like, in regards to some of the events, like the skating event has always been awesome. Something different. And I think the events where you kind of are collaborating with Rutgers, like the Geo Baker thing. I think that's pretty cool. I feel like a lot of Rutgers students sometimes want to be involved in it, but I don't know how many of them are getting the word out that they could be involved with stuff like that. But yeah, stuff like that's really cool.
Yeah. I like having, especially not just Rutgers students, but college students, like with our students, you know what I mean? So they can kind of see mirrors of themselves that are in college doing, the being positive, being good students and all that good stuff. So yeah, we like that interaction that they have. Thank you for that. Does anyone have any other comments or questions? All right. Just a reminder, the next meeting will be February 24th. Same bad time, same bad channel. I'll send you stuff about a week beforehand, and then we'll do the Zoom meeting from there. Hopefully we can get the last couple members that weren't here today on that meeting. But that's it for me, guys. If you guys, you know how to reach us. Oh, all right, Norman, what's up?
Nah, I gotta stop playing with this app.
No worries. All right. Again, next meeting is February 24th. If you guys have anything you want me to add to that meeting, or if you see anything your way, please reach out. If you know of any volunteers, please have them reach out to us as well. And they can say, so-and-so sent me, Norman sent me, Lewis sent me, and we'll start working on things like that. All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Have a good night. Be safe. Stay warm.
Thank you, y'all.
All right.
Well,